there it is. We're live.
Hold on. What's our thumbnail, I wonder?
I don't know.
Roxanne. I'm like, no, would you mind? What?
Your thumbnail.
What?
It's the thumbnail.
What's our thumbnail?
It's me trying to put a sock on.
All right, guys, I'm sharing this shit right now.
No, there's only one person watching.
Bitch, it's okay, smoke the truckers. Now, real quick, we are live as we speak. Swipe up. 3, 2, 1, 4, go. Roxanne. That shit is getting so old in my head.
I know. Well, you don't. Every time you sing it, it pops back into my head. Like it's not stuck in my head until you start singing it.
Damn, this motherfucker went all out to look like Michael Jackson.
He even fucked his nose up.
Yeah, on purpose.
All right. So good evening. I almost said good morning. Good evening, Melissa,
Good
Yankee,
morning, good
Wayne,
evening, wherever you may be.
Mitch, Turbo Tony, Jason, Cloud Chaser. Hello. Can't see no one. What?
What?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Wayne says can't see no one.
All right, guys.
I don't know. Feed looks okay.
Yeah, it's fine on the laptop too.
Sorry, guys. I'm sharing this shit. No, I'm not sorry. Why do I always
I don't
insist on saying
Chip
sorry?
Chef. Hey, Chef. Oh, yeah. Melissa says looks good. Sounds good.
Thank you, Melissa.
Des Turner.
Tonight,
Hello.
you won't want to miss.
Well, all right then. Whoever said can't see. Wayne, sorry you can't see anybody. That's unfortunate. Yes, Chip. That's normal.
What?
Said I can only see one at a time.
No,
So you'll see
no.
us.
I'll fix that.
Oh,
I'll fix
okay.
it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna sneeze. Whatever's happening over there is.
Do I have a fetish? I mean, I know I do, but I'm saying, do I have a fetish of you sneezing at me?
No, you actually hate it a lot when I sneeze.
She's not Lindstrom. Who the fuck is shit? Did you see this? No ass. No.
That's unfortunate.
Super unfortunate. It's one of those girls. Let me show you my butt so you can see me take my thong off on Snapchat Premium. I have so many friends that have turned to that, and all I want to do is be like, do you need help? Like, I'll give you $60 if you just stop posting on my feed in a thong, and then all of a sudden take your hand off, like, oh, you can see more. I've seen everything.
Yeah, we were looking at that one night. Somebody had sent like a bunch of. I was like, no, I've seen your nipples and your vagina. I don't know what you were asking people to pay you for.
If you want to like spread it open and see the insides, maybe some bum chum.
Will Boyles, Jason, hello. Blake Stewart, hello. That picture that Stan put in the Ninja Militia on Facebook from the Zoom feed of Blake Stewart last night was pretty epic.
What is it?
You didn't see it?
No. What is it?
I'm gonna show you. Our thumbnail photo it's a good one.
It is. Roxanne. All right, sorry guys. No, I'm not sorry. All I'm doing is promoting right now. So give me a fucking second,
Here.
would you? Oh, ooh, he looks real big. And no nipples. What about Blake?
He's here, so
Blake, so what?
I was just that's what made me think that you can't see it anyway.
All right, you ready to start the
if
show,
you
guys?
See it, go join the Ninja Militia on Facebook. It's a good one.
What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Thesis, aka Thesis himself, from Vaping with Thesis S. Right, God bless it.
Now look.
So, Mandy had an idea a couple weeks ago. We didn't end.
Are you gonna put a split screen?
Yeah. We eventually didn't.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What?
Not Stewart's. Swartz. I'm sorry, Blake.
Did you call him Stewart?
I did. I apologize. That was not very nice.
I mean, to be fair, his name is misspelled.
Swartz.
Do you see this behind us? That's called the infinity loop.
Oh, that's a little trippy.
It is. So, it was 5 things our fathers taught us.
Yeah.
And we never got to it last week. I'm a little bit sad about it.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was. Actually, I was listening to Two Bears One Cave, and they never got to it.
I was gonna say I don't ever remember them talking about it.
They got to it. Bert was like, "Yeah, we'll have to talk about like things our dads taught us." And I was really looking forward to it, and they never got there.
That's not something I would ever look forward to personally. But like,
Wow, he's super needy already. We
Who?
haven't even started. Or what do you mean who?
can someone please
around.
take care of? I think it's Brittany
Turn around.
or it's Brandy. It starts with a B.
No.
Elon's kisses. I call him Elon Musk's kisses. Brittany Marie wants to join the
I'm
militia.
so sorry.
Why?
Blake's like, she's been calling me Stuart since day one. So this is like this is what happens. Is like Mike Cherokee will be Mike Cherokee forever. Ray will be R2D2 forever. Black China, that was me. I don't even remember what his name was before it was Black China.
Bob.
No, it was something else on YouTube. His YouTube name was something else.
Okay, but his name is Bob.
I know, but we started calling him Black China.
He's the only black dude I know named Bob.
Go lay down.
Go lay down. Be nice to, he is such a sweetheart.
So I'm sorry, Blake Swartz, but it'll be Blake Stewart forever.
That's your name. I'm changing it in my phone, bro.
That's
Just as a heads up. You know what's really fucked up is my screens are so old that my phone's resolution
is better.
Look it.
Oh, well, I'm glad that's what we look like in real life.
I'm not, because I look like that in real life. Blech. Yeah, and DBS Squonks is always going to be DBS Squonks.
Yep.
Rankin Star, what's going on? That's Eric Rankin right there. So
Cloud Chaser says the same thing. I'm not seeing anything at all.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't either.
Everybody else I can see us just fine.
I was gonna say I'm watching us on YouTube on the computer, and I'm not having any issues either.
Wait, you're on the computer?
What do you mean?
You're on the computer? How? We don't have any internets.
Am I connected to your phone or your?
Nope. Shouldn't. Oh, for porn. No, you are connected to our CenturyLink. Well, fuck it. If it's working, it's working. You know what I'm saying?
It's working.
It's working. So let's get into some deep shit. Like, I want to kind of dive deep tonight. So guys, just a heads up, we're gonna try to tone down not the vulgarity, but just like the fundamentals of the show. We're gonna start doing we're gonna start interviewing the militia. And especially, I would like to start with the high tiers and the OGs.
I was gonna say, I think we should start with Mike. So this was my idea.
You don't want to start with the OGs, the very first.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. Is that tonight I think we should do maybe not an interview, but some kind of like backstories
of you and me,
of you and I.
Okay.
And then we should do Mike so that it's like get to know the show. And then we'll start with the OGs, like from the beginning. Why do you keep doing that?
I accidentally hit it 120 watts. Whoops. Oh fuck, my face is redder than a preset of kindergarten class. Bring that down.
Let us know when you're ready.
I'm ready to go. Real quick, tonight's episode is sponsored by Podjuice 55. I can say that. There is a code you can use somewhere in life. Thesis 10. Melissa, can you please post
She's already at it.
Thank you, Melissa. Not the website. You cannot post Podjuice. You cannot post nothing.com that is related to vaping. However, patreon.com/thesis himself is to provide direct support to myself and Mandy, as well as paypal.me.
Thank you, Melissa. That's perfect.
Yes, /thesis himself. But you can post words. So Podjuice 55, do not use the word that rhymes with poupon pod.
No, Melissa said support or sponsor the channel Podjuice 55. use Thesis 10 on their site.
Bam.
Join the Ninja
Nope, do
Militia.
not, Melissa, that was very good, but do not say the word their site. Just
No, she didn't.
Oh, good job. Thank you, Melissa.
She said Thesis's favorite jewel. Use Thesis 10 on their site. Is what she put.
All right, don't put that from now on. You're fine. Don't, that's good, but I want to overkill. So don't even say the word site, website, www.
No, she didn't do that.
Stickadickinthebooty.com. No, I know she didn't do that. I'm just saying, I want to go above and beyond. So if this is where YouTube's limit is, I want to be up here. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So Melissa, you're fine. I'm just, so, as well as Inikin is a great company. Phenomenon.
And she also said, join the Ninja Militia to have access to codes.
You know what? I'm starting to think that's a better idea.
Yeah.
I really don't want to jeopardize this. This is, and I've talked about this a lot. Mandy and I, this is it may not be Mandy's passion. I know she enjoys it, but this is like my favorite thing in the whole wide world is to go live. Like I love being in front of people. As much I have stage fright, like you guys wouldn't believe, but as soon as I step on the stage, like it is my favorite. Like it's orgasm level. But if you can prolong an orgasm for fucking as long as you can possibly imagine, I fucking love it. I love to entertain people. Do you know how badly I love to entertain people? When I started Tyler laughing, anytime I get you laughing or anybody in general, in person, specifically, I don't want to stop. And it boosts my batteries, Batman. You have no idea. Maybe that's my thing. Remember we were talking about like people have gambling addictions or like porn addictions and shit. If I can make someone have a good face, what?
Jilly said, God, you're hot.
Why'd she say this?
Because she's watching.
Oh, Jilly, cute. So big ups to the nicest ass in Minnesota, Jilly Clements.
Can you just appreciate her for more than that too?
Oh, if she had no ass, well, what did I say earlier, Mandy?
I don't remember. Oh, somebody must have already handled that.
What?
Somebody just asked to join the militia. Somebody else might have already handled it.
Yeah, me. The sensei.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome. Her name's Brittany. I already know everything about her. She has 2 butt cheeks, 2 eyes, nose, 2 ears.
Okay.
I bet she has hair.
Okay. Right.
Matter of fact, you want to bet? Want to bet money right now?
No.
All right. No, but what did I say about how much we love Jilly? I love Jilly. She's one of the happiest human beings I've ever met, and it makes me a little jealous because like sometimes I wish I could just piss on her fucking pillow. Like the world sucks, Jilly. The world fucking sucks.
She wouldn't even be mad.
And she was like, "Well, just get a new pillow." I'm like, "Ah." Mike, do you know anybody like that?
She'd probably dump water all over your face.
Yeah, but that's what would make it better.
Brittany says she actually has 3 butt cheeks, so you owe me money.
3 butt cheeks or 3 titties?
Yeah.
Oh no, it says I have 3 butt cheeks actually.
First of all, I'd like to see it personally. Secondly, of all, I'll give you how much do we bet? You said no thanks.
I know. I was kidding.
What's a plain Jane water?
Bob Squatch. Jelly.
So, what were we getting at, baby?
Bob, Cody, Bob.
Bob, Cody, Bob. What happened?
So when we were at the wedding, little backstory. So Bob Squatch and Ashley came to Minnesota for the wedding. And they flew in on Friday. And
what wedding?
Our wedding.
I was just
I was
like,
what?
I was just like, so people know.
Oh, our wedding. And we had our wedding at our friend Jillian Cody's house. And when Bob and Ashley got there, we were trying to like introduce them to everybody, make sure they know who everybody was there.
But also get to Bob shoveling shit.
And Bob went into the house. I think he went into the house and Jilly goes, Bob, Cody, Bob. And it was like, he talked about it all weekend long. It was like his favorite part of the whole weekend.
I don't get why it was even funny.
Because Bob, Cody, Bob.
It
was like the most Minnesotan thing that you could do.
Yeah.
And he said that. He's like, I could literally just sit in a corner and listen to everybody talk all weekend and I would be so happy.
Bob is a happy camper too, but I don't like Bob because he's even happy when he's depressed a little bit. It really upsets me. Because you know how I am, like when I'm depressed, like it's against myself. It has nothing to do with anyone around me. I hate myself. When you're mad, it feels like you hate everybody else.
Yeah. I know. I'm very well aware.
I'm just saying, like it's a two completely, but you don't.
Yeah.
No one believes you.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. Oh, you know what? This leads right into it. So, Mike, I provided you with a. Oh, I never sent it to Mike. I never sent him an itinerary. I spent hours in the past 3 days developing a produced timeline itinerary for tonight. And guess what? I did not do it.
I didn't even know this.
My mom is
send it to me.
No,
I don't even know anything about this.
I did. So, how many times has mom told you that like I would do my homework? Just never turned it in.
Never turned it in. Yep.
But I would ace my tests.
Yeah.
That means I never told Mike about any of the things that I wanted him to talk about tonight. But we're going to ace this live stream. All right, Mike. So I want you to interview us. I should probably just send it to him.
Just send it to me.
Nope, I'm not. Nope. You know what? Just because you said that, fuck it. I'm going to make a point. Live stream.
Mike, yeah, go ahead, Mike. We ask us things that you think.
So I've been talking to the militia. So if you're part of the Patreon page,
You guys would want to know.
You will be interviewed. I don't care if you're $1 Patreon. I don't care if you're $200 Patreon. Regardless, we are going to start with the OGs though, the originals, and then we're gonna after we hit the originals, then we're gonna start bouncing around. We'll hit the $200 tiers, the $100 tiers, $50, $55 tiers, all of them. You know who's a story I'm super interested in that who probably doesn't get enough attention, in my opinion, is Kevin, who's sometimes a Patreon and sometimes not, but it's always active. It's like between $1 and $100. Kevin Mustache and Andrew Detman. They're some of the most interesting folks I've ever met. And I've never met Kevin when he was not a Patreon or when he was a Patreon. I've met him so many times at Cloud Comps, and I never realized that he even knew who I was until I was like, "Who is he? This fucking dude trying to impress?" And he was like, oh, in my face, and I was like, "I didn't know you watched the channel, bro." Until he joined the militia and was like, dude, I've met you like 30 times and we have a couple pictures together that you never posted. I was like, I will never forget your mustache, ever. And then he shaved it. I think he took a poo once and put it in a paper towel and posted it to his Instagram. And people were like sobbing for him.
Why?
I don't know. Can I show it to you? I don't know if it's a poo. I'm just saying, like, babe, super chats. You're not. How are we even married?
I said, thank you, Gregory.
There hasn't been any super chats.
Yes, there has. Gregory Brown, $2.
Thank you, Gregory Brown.
Come on, Mike.
What did he say?
It didn't come up on my thing.
Really?
There it is. Gregory Brown. Thank you very much, man.
What did he say, though?
He wants to know if you've tried out the Axial Pro yet.
No, they won't send it to me. They're not happy with me. Okay, so I'm looking up Kevin right now. Send. Bam. Okay. So what is this picture of? Damn, is that your mugshot? Oh my God. So if you are on the secret Instagram chat and if you're in the Patreon page, we have a secret Instagram chat. Hit me up on Patreon in the messages. And I will add you to and if I can't, I will make a secondary chat. We'll all just intermingle. This is not him. Keep that in your mind. Okay. Is that burning your mind?
Yeah. Oh, if you would have said Darth, that would have been different.
Yeah, Darth Vader. So that's not him.
You keep talking about.
Are you ready?
Yeah. You keep talking about Kevin. And I'm like, I don't know Kevin.
Kevin. Okay, ready? That is him in real life.
Of course I know who that is.
But here's Mandy. That is him.
Yeah. That's all right. I mean, that's similar. Spork life.
Look at Spork life is dumb. Ready? Look at. And
babe, this is not good entertainment.
No, but I'm trying to show you that you're wrong.
No, I thought you were trying to show us poop on a toilet
Oh,
paper.
poop on a toilet. Oh, there it is. Oh my God, no, it's not. That's a mushroom. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying to find the poop on the mushroom real quick.
Julie wants to know who tends to your brows. He does those all by himself.
That's true.
If I could just trade his eyebrows and his eyelashes out.
You don't like my eyelashes?
No,
or
I
eyebrows?
would like them.
Which ones?
Both of them. I would like to have both of them.
No.
Do you know how I could wax and shape those eyebrows?
Oh, that is him. By the way, I just realized.
Okay.
That's not him. But he said at least I'll look good at 50.
Are we done with this yet?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the poop in the handshake. And I don't see it, but I'm going to call him right now.
Babe.
What's up?
Nobody really cares about this.
I want to know if it's a misfire.
But it's not even there.
It's there. Mike, can you confirm, please?
I'll take a look at Kevin's IG.
Thank you, Mike. That's your fucking job. The fuck do I not pay you for? And P.S. I'm gonna buy the microphone regardless, and it's on us, okay? Mike?
Don't you're gonna make
Yeah,
those
I got it. I got it.
All right.
You're gonna make those lips so chapped.
No, because they're so dry right now. So what are you drinking on, babe?
Pink vapor stew.
So this is a diss against the vape stew. I want you guys to know that. This is called Pink Vapor Stew. And we wanted to make a political decision to be, we are the antithesis of vape stew. So if you don't know what antithesis
I was
means,
just gonna say I have no idea what that word means.
so that means we are the fuck vape stew podcast.
Really?
Mandy, this is called manufactured beef. Just play along.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Holy shit, dude. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what happens when I'm not around.
What do you mean?
You can't just start a pretend beef and not tell me.
Oh, this is... We don't like vape stew. They're the opposite of us. Hashtag antithesis.
That still sounds real to me.
Okay, well, we're the... All right, fuck. Let's let it be real then. Let me see if Stan replied to me. Do you see... Look in this and find Stan Keith or Keith Stan. All right, guys, this is... Just wait. We'll wait. Go all the way up here. Go there and type in Stan. Do you see Stan Keith?
Yeah.
Okay, click on it, please.
31st.
When?
On the 31st.
What? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Who did I send that to? Uh-oh. Stan. He doesn't know about it either. All right, fuck it. This is real then. Fuck Stan. Fuck vape stew. This is the opposite of that shit. Fuck fake swagbins. Hit the like button if you haven't done so. Real beef. Fuck it. That's not true. I like all of those guys. They're my G's. I'm way too nice.
I can't confirm the poop hand.
Fuck. He was holding a napkin, and like it had hair growing out of it. It was a misfire.
I don't know what that means.
Was it the other day?
No, this is like the past month. Don't know what happened in that fucking picture. I'm starting to freak out. iPhone doesn't know what they're talking about.
I don't. What do you mean by a misfire on? Do you think like he accidentally posted something on Instagram?
Look, there it is. There it is.
What?
Let me just make sure. I'm gonna post a new one. He was the last person I texted. Oh, there it is. Read it. Now read it out loud. Fuck vape stew. Go ahead and read it out loud.
It says, pretty sure my garage frizz is fanboying out.
Yeah, and he never replied. So fuck him. Whatever. It's all good. Fuck vape stew. This is the antithesis, bro. So if you want to say fuck vape, tell them to learn how to use the word fuck. Tell them, baby, say fuck.
Oh, thank you.
All right, boom. I'll say fuck. Fuck it.
Thank you, Steven.
Thank you, Steven, so much. Learn how to swear. Be a man. No rubber duckies on this show. I'll say the word clitoris. Clitoris. There it is. Taint.
Are those
Those are banned words on vape stew.
clitoris?
Yep. All words, even scientific ones. So this is now called the pink. Read that.
Pink vapor stew.
Boom.
Just start calling vaginas pink stew.
Pink stew. Mhm. Someone, I want everybody to go ahead and message Stan. His real name is Zebra. So, Mike, let's go ahead and start this. Go. If no one's interested.
I feel ill prepared for this tonight.
I know. I think maybe we should postpone our interview till next week.
No, because next week I already have Jordan scheduled.
Till next week.
I have Jordan scheduled.
Till next week.
Okay.
I think we should do, since we talked about it and you have it prepared for the 5 things your dad taught you growing up.
I've had that prepared.
I know.
Okay.
I still don't necessarily have mine.
Are you serious? You're the one that asked me about it.
I know. You're gonna have to pull back before you're done there.
I'm not kidding. I think I have the world's biggest potato.
But it has to be emptied all the time. You guys, Nas pees so often that every time that my mom is with him, she asks him if he has a UTI.
But tell them how big my bladder is.
Yeah, it's
like a fucking balloon.
ridiculous.
It's pretty ridiculous. I can, without exaggeration, I have filled a 1 liter thing of like an empty thing of vodka, like an empty liter of vodka. On a pretty regular, it's not even like I was holding it. It was just like, oh,
no, that's just like regular.
It's just regular pee.
Speaking of which, there's a weird substance in a coffee mug next to your side of the bed.
Don't.
That I
don't.
Just left it alone.
Don't.
I just left it alone. It's either vomit or molded coffee or
it's not
pee.
Vomit. I don't ever vomit in a coffee mug.
It's the pale ale.
Yeah.
We got a super chat from Chip for $10 tonight.
Ooh, thank you,
Thank
Chip.
you so much, Chip.
Number one coil banger. The Barrage hands down facts. Did serious.
Thank you so much, Chip. I'm actually rocking it as we speak. I was rocking it in Steve McQueen, who gave this to the militia box. This is the unicorn. Listen, if I was gonna make a mech mod, it sure as fuck wouldn't be called the unicorn. Okay, it'd be called the side by side, and I'm not. Bro,
You're like way too good at that. You're way too good at that.
Well, no, I didn't say any things I just said. I'm just saying I like mech mods, and maybe I'll make them one. And it goes with the Barrage. Dual coil. What? I didn't say that.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
thanks so much, Chip, by the way.
We're gonna try and we'll try and get through this here. Okay.
JuiceMyBabes.com.
We know Nas is a big music guy. How did you get started in music and
boys in the bathroom?
What's got you there? What are you doing with it now?
Okay. Oh, so I have an email out to Tara Reid. Mandy doesn't even know about this. Actually, no, Mandy does. Doug knows. I talked to Doug about it. Did you juice my babes?
The actress Tara Reid?
No, my favorite rapper is Tara Reid, and hang
on, rewind. Start from the beginning.
Okay, so when me and Jesus were Zados, I'll just send an invite to him. No, I'm getting there. Here, you type it in it. JESUS. Jesus.
Just tell your side of the story, babe.
Baby, I am. So when him and I were around 12 or 13, what we ended up my dad hated rap, right? My dad hated it, is what he told us. The true story was my dad was a hardcore fan of Kid Frost and Letter Shirley Brown. 2 super Chicano rappers. One, Letter Shirley Brown is a Mexican Latino Chicano group, and the other one was Kid Frost. So he bought this is the water pump. Sorry, guys. We can shut the door, but it gets real hot in here. Can you shut the door, please? So he bought us Kid Frost, and then him and I forced ourselves to learn La Raza, the song. This is for so Ayo Don, it's me, it's the big boss, like blah blah blah. So we re-recorded the shit like 100 times on a teddy bear tape recorder. And then when we hit like 12 or 13, the old man went and bought 2 computers for us. So we were both obsessed with being DJs. And at the time I was writing graffiti, Maze One, bam, that's my name. I was writing graffiti as Solar One, then Maze One, and so on and so forth. And it was my ridiculous capacity, my ridiculous thought, like I can master every element of hip hop, graffiti, DJing, beatboxing, hip hop, so on and so forth.
Which is 100% just your personality with anything.
Right. I don't necessarily think that's the case. I don't think I overdo stuff. That's
Keep
a
going.
little bit. So I guess that's how vaping happened. So Seuss was like, let's finish it. Let's write a song for our opening theme to our DJ sets. So we made a track called Bibrits, which is Boys in the Bathroom, Rhymes in the Stalls. It was the gayest name you could possibly.
No, it's not. The is it
Acronym
is a little weird, but
that was the name of it because we literally recorded that shit in the bathroom, in the stall, on a CRT monitor compact computer. And that was the first rap. That was circa 2003, 2004, 2003. But since then, my brother's always wanted to take on it at 2, but he took hiatuses in the opposite direction I did. Does that make sense? So at 16, 17, I decided to take it seriously. And then met my roommate Josh, and we formed a group called Poetic Styles. And with my marketing and me writing his tracks initially, and then eventually he started to be able to write his own tracks. So no, I'm not trying to take credit away from him. J-Rock Theory, the other side of TNT. We changed the name to TNT. It's tattooed on me. Thesis and Theory. I'll never get rid of that tattoo. Like I'm really fond of that period of my life.
well, I know, but it's also where your whole empire, the thesis, like you just have built your entire empire on that.
I would definitely wouldn't call it empire. I'd definitely call it anthill for right now, or an ant farm.
Well, I mean,
I know what you mean. Yeah, and the Thesis and Theory came from. So Josh would always, he just talked. He talked a lot. If you think I talk a lot, he makes me sound like the quiet, shy kid in the back of class. I would write everything down. So I would used to have an obsession with writing essays. Like I would write essays on why PCs are better than Mac. Of course, now I'm a Mac user. I would just write, and then I would turn them into battle raps, battle tracks, and I would just like write fantasy battles. So like the same way people look at fantasy football, I look at fantasy battles. I probably have 15 fantasy battles against Eminem, even though Eminem is like one of my favorite like lyricists in terms of his good shit, like in disses. But like I've got tracks against my favorite rappers is Apathy, Classified, all the demigods, Vinny Paz, fucking you name it, Everlast, like all of Everlast's new shit, especially his diss tracks. Mac Lethal's a little bitch, like all of my favorites. But I've got battles against them, like written tracks against them as an exercise. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
As an exercise. And then I showed a lot of my tracks to who is now Gucci Mane's full-time producer, Frank, out of Georgia. At the time, wasn't, and was like, "You are amongst one of the best technical writers I've ever met." That was a huge compliment. But at the time, it wasn't that big of a deal because it's just to you and me, it was just Frank.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Teddy, same thing. My engineer at the time, Teddy, who helped build this studio. And Frank at some point came down here a couple of times before he got hired by Gucci Mane and Yellow Wolf and shit. That was the first time with Chilla Rose that I met Yellow Wolf and his fucking producer, his engineer and whatnot. And he was cool as fuck. He was a little bit of a dick, but like in a Yellow Wolf sort of way. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So we got introduced to Moochie C, Mr. Minneapolis.
Okay, babe. The name dropping is confusing people a lot. Like
I'm not name dropping.
No, but I'm just saying.
It all
like,
goes
talking,
with the.
No, I understand that, but there's too many people involved in the story.
Oh, so
people are just having a hard time.
So
keeping up.
So writing with music. So music was never a serious thing. No, name dropping is that's trying to show off.
I know. I'm
all
not
this is
saying
completely.
that.
Well, you just said that. So like, get it straight. All of that, it's all relevant. Like it's all relevant in me.
No, I understand that. People are just having a hard time keeping up.
So in those days, there was no such thing as YouTube famous. YouTube famous was something that was it was MySpace famous first. We met. Okay. So me and Josh moved in together. Continued music. We met Mikey because we were looking for a guitar player. We picked up a homeless kid named Loki. We didn't know he was retarded. but the dude was he was what I would consider to be a savant of guitar. The issue is that he didn't know how to tune a guitar. Neither did I. But whatever he was tuning, it was in tune for that out of tune string, the third string. And we made this song called it was Sunset, Sun dun, dun, Sky, da, da, da. And that song was played and it got number 1 on, at that time, Reverb Nation. And he was homeless. We dropped him off at his homeless camp in Woodbury, Minnesota. And then it was an abandoned office park. I promise you, I swear to God, this actually has a point. Dropped him off. We were never able to get a hold of Loki again. We had his parents' phone number in case, and as we called the mom, she was basically like, no, like that he's been in and out of, I don't know what's the political term, psych wards, I don't know what the term is, psych ward, I don't know, I'm sorry if anyone's offended, I'm not trying to be offensive. He was in and out of psych wards for a long time. His name was Loki. He took a shit ton of Adderall, shit ton of like mushrooms, and like all of a sudden one day he was never the same. We dropped him off at his camp. He was never there. His tent was there. His tent was posted up, and we would sit up.
I didn't know any of this.
You didn't know about Loki?
I've heard the name.
Yeah.
I like know all these things, but I didn't know he lived in a tent.
He lived in a tent outside of a abandoned office building off of Rodeo Drive. We were just there off of Rodeo Drive, and I could take you to the woods. I could take you to those woods. It was literally not a suit and tie, but like a business casual, and it looked like somebody just locked the doors and walked away. That was it. Never touched again. It's still there. It's on Minnesota Registry of Abandoned Buildings. So after Loki, I got that bug. I was like, if we can achieve number 1 song on Reverb Nation for this short period of time, there's no reason why we can't do this on a monthly, if not weekly basis.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So that was in SoundCloud and Reverb Nation's infancy. We met Mikey. Now, Mikey was already MySpace famous. And that's when Poetic Styles turned into like a group between myself and Josh, and then Mikey. Mikey was much more about playing guitar and being pretty until he shaved his, and he was not a pretty dude. This is in no offense, Mikey, if you see this, and I know you watch every once in a while, you're not a pretty, I don't know what it is. It's your hair. It's this whole thing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that something about, and this is not, dude, that kid fucking slayed pussy like it was nobody's business. I think it was you that was like, why?
No, because I don't think I knew that either.
You knew that. You knew how famous Mikey was.
No, I'm saying
his dad is Mike
No,
Portnoy of Dream Theater. Sorry.
I didn't know that girls were into him.
They were, Mandy. Yes, you did, because you're the one that said those words. Why?
Well, I'm not surprised, but I would have said that about a lot of things.
All right. Well, so Mikey would play guitar for the group. We eventually kicked him out. That was the frat house. That was where that came into the frat house situation, but that's a sidebar. Now Mikey was a scene kid. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
If you're bored, we'll stop.
No, I have something in my eyeball.
Okay. So Mikey ended up I'm gonna fast forward this shit, like fast track it hardcore. Jeremiah, Mikey was a hardcore partier, but he never quit, and I could keep up, but then I got in trouble. Music, met Moochie C. Okay, so we met Moochie C. Long story short, we met Moochie C. We got Angus Beats and signed to Nocturnal Entertainment. From Nocturnal Entertainment, that was a management company, got signed to City Slicker Entertainment, or City Slickers Records. City Slickers Records with Moochie C and Mr. Minneapolis. We got paid, but we didn't get put on musically. So we would go to the shows and we would fucking perform a track, get paid the same as the headliner, but not
Actually get to
perform sets. We get to perform songs, which is nowhere near as what the fuck we were promised.
Mm-hmm.
That was at Moochie C. And Moochie C had a lot of weight to his name at the time with City Slickers. When he won Mr. Minneapolis, he won Rhyme Sayers, studio sessions with Atmosphere and all this, that, the other. As far as I understood, I don't know that portion of his life. So once that happened, then my best friend at the time, we found out later on, got into meth, and the other half of Poetic Sales broke up. And then Moochie wanted like some ridiculous $200,000 or 20. It was a ridiculous amount of money for me to be Thesis in real life. So in order for me to become Thesis himself, I had to change my name to Thesis himself and not just Thesis. But yeah, so in terms of music wise now, I still write.
You guys, there also was 2 semesters of
going to school, engineering. Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of where the tables started to turn.
Yeah. And that's when the turntables. And when I went to school is when I started to meet like real motherfuckers who didn't like yank chains and shit. And then I got to do like tracks with like St. Paul Kings, Playboy the Beast. There's so many artists who are still around. But I have an email out to Tara Reid. Again, my favorite rapper of all right now, like my favorite new rapper. I shouldn't say even new. What?
Because they were in here like, I'm still waiting for where this Tara Reid comes in. They're like, we'll see if the tie-back comes to play.
Okay, so the tie-back comes. So Tara Reid is one of my favorite rappers of all time right now, meaning like
I don't even know who that is.
I've gone back on. Okay, so I'm gonna play this and we'll demonetize this afterwards. So that way it doesn't, So let me just give you an example of my favorite Tara Reid track.
Terror Reid.
What the fuck do you think I'm talking about, Amanda?
Tara Reid.
Yeah, Tara Reid. So Tara Reid is like, if you don't know, like if you're not on that Tara Reid team, and what hurts my feelings is like I've been doing what Tara Reid has done my entire rap career. So soundcloud.com/thesis himself, that is 100th of my music library. But Tara Reid is my absolute favorite. You guys, you have no idea. Like, and you're on Tara Reid's dick a little bit. Like he's succeeded at what I did. You know how cool that is? You know how cool it is to see? I've had people like, no one's going to listen to you. All you talk about is murder. Like, all right. This is my depression. That's how I get it out. You can take Xanax. I talk about murdering people with a chainsaw. And then Tara Reid got big on it. I'm not jealous. I'm fucking a fan. I'm a fucking fan. And we will see. I don't know how much it's going to cost, but I would assume like $1,000 or $2,000. I would spend that money to have a track with this dude. I would spend that money to have a track with this dude. Okay. Let me go ahead and share the screen, guys. Okay. I'm so sorry. No, why do you feel the need and necessity to apologize for doing a show that you fucking own, Mandy? So this is going to be considered a reaction video, therefore we can keep it monetized. This is your reaction, okay, Mandy?
Yeah.
Okay, so first initial 15 seconds. Here it goes. Oh shit, I just realized I have to change the audio. System preferences. Sound. Not Sapphire. We're going to use a USB audio codec. Boom. Okay. Oh my God. All right, first fucking 29 seconds. Look at the fucking graphics is my favorite. But him personally, I have a fucking man. What do they call it? Bromance with this motherfucker.
Hey, is there supposed to be? I'm not getting any sound from that, Nas.
You have no sound mic?
I'm not hearing anything.
Oh. For real?
For
no
real.
one can hear. No one can hear anything.
Not Fugazi.
So it's no Fugazi type shit.
No sound.
Okay, so shit, output. My bad. Boom status. Okay, so let me see if this works here. You heard nothing, none of that, Mike?
Nah, I didn't hear anything on that. There was when you play it the first time, you could hear some sound.
All right, so here, let me do this. Boom. Let me know if you can hear it now.
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so we'll start the reaction. Boom. So this is like my shit. This is like my shit right here.
Turn it down.
Down?
Yep.
Turn it up.
He just said turn it up.
Where are my headphones?
Down. Way down.
There.
Way down.
So Mandy and Mike, both you guys, first 30 seconds.
It's a good beat.
Right. Mike,
Sounds
yourself?
good. I've never heard this guy, so this is
Me
is
neither.
good exposure.
This is one of my favorites. Like I've been obsessed, like watching and listening. Like he's again, like I said, amongst one of my tops. So if we're able to do a feature, again, depending on the fucking price, especially because he's blowing up slow, like real slowly in the underground scene. But this is my personal favorite type of hip hop. Just like, oh, sorry. Is that good volume, Mike?
Still a little
Check it
loud.
out.
Okay,
I'm
It's
finna
really loud.
I'll break it down.
tell you what I'm all about. Your time's running out, so don't make me spell it out. You fuck with it,
All right,
that's
we'll
a
start that
doubt.
back. Here it comes.
So check it out. I'm finna tell you what I'm all about. Your time's running out, so don't make me spell it out. You fuck with it, that's a doubt. I pull up in your town and blast your teeth straight up out your mouth with a magnum. My style stay
All right,
platinum.
first 58 seconds. Babe, no, I want to know you're genuine.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Oh, Chef said he is so obsessed with the song. He's shown it to me so many times.
Well, it's not just the track, it's all of Tara Reid. Like,
Can
so
you turn me down just a little bit, please?
Yeah.
Stop.
Stop.
Hello.
Okay, go
There you
ahead.
go. Yeah. It's like I completely understand why this is your favorite.
Yeah, like, but to me, it's crazy because I haven't heard an artist like this in particular in like really since like Apathy, Mad Child, Swollen Member Status. Like, and Mad Child's like just dropped his new album. It's phenomenal. It's a confusing album a little bit, but like it's still Mad Child. You know what I mean? And Mad Child's one of my favorites of all time. Like, like Apathy again, same thing. Like even his new album is, excuse me, but he's fresh. Like Tara Reid's fresh.
Slave for Red said, "Bro, this is his side project. He's known as Getter."
I understand that, and I'm aware, but Tara Reid is my obsession, not Getter. Period. End of sentence. So in the same way that Thesis himself was my side project to Maze 1, that's tattooed on me, it turned into my actual persona. Does that make sense or no?
Yes.
You didn't hear me, did you?
Yes.
What?
Maze 1.
Was my original who I was, poetic styles, so it was basically poetry stories turned into a track. But Tara Reid specifically, not Getter, and the Stubby Entertainment, wherever the fuck the other channel is nothing to me. This hits me in the same way Mad Child does. You know what I mean? Same way Apathy does.
Yeah.
But I got an email out. We're going to see how much it costs to do a feature. I don't know how much that should cost. I would put my motor in my truck on hold to be able to do that. If I can bring up Mike, can I have any type of feedback?
I liked it. I mean, I don't know really. I'm not a huge connoisseur of new hip hop at all, but it sounded good.
I guess you could say, but I'm not either. Like I have a pretty
I was gonna say you're very underground.
very underground. So I just love underground music, like underground hip hop music in general. Like Your Memorial. Does anyone here know Mod's son from California? Like he's from Minnesota, but he's a California. He's always meant to be in California. So this was my homeboy for a long time. Like, so this is when Mod's son was, can I get some feedback from you?
I like it. It's good. It's not my
No,
like,
not the track. I'm just talking about in general, like in this conversation. Like I want you to be a part of this. Like this is not about me.
What is? Mike asked you a question.
Okay, Mike, ask another question. I'm sorry to take it over. My bad, bro.
All right, this one goes out to Mandy.
Okay, good.
Mandy, what's your background? What did you do, and how did you get to where you're at now?
So where do I start? Okay. So my life, okay, that's a little too low, baby. When I was growing up, my life revolved a lot around basketball. Like that was my that was my life, really, honestly, from like 5th grade until I graduated high school. I did play some other sports, but normally just to stay in shape for basketball, I guess. It got to a point where I played it all year round. But when I was in middle school,
Talk about, because your discipline now with work I believe has to do with that.
I think so too. I think so too. It's like something. It's a huge commitment. It's a huge discipline. I think Nas and I have had this conversation a lot. That
Including today with the snowstorm.
I have a
Unhealthy.
really strong belief in organized sports. I think it teaches kids teamwork and discipline and commitment and all those things.
The only team I ever had was me and my brother. That's it.
But when I was in middle school, I taught myself how to braid hair. And that's literally in riding on a bus, in a car, sitting watching other games, whatever. I was always like braiding other girls' hair. I was always braiding my hair for games. Like I knew in middle school that was like something I wanted to do. But when I was in 8th grade, we did a job shadow class, and I told my teacher that I wanted to be a hairstylist. And I graduated in 2006. So for me being in 8th grade, that was, I don't know what year, but and I grew up in a really small town. So in defense to my teacher, the only people that we really knew in a small town were like, if you did hair, you probably didn't make very much money, and you weren't really smart enough to go to college. Like those were all the reputations that were around being a hairstylist. And when I told her that's what I wanted to do for my job shadow class, she
that's right.
flat out told me, "You're too smart for that. I need you to pick something else."
Wow.
And at the time, I thought she was doing me a favor. I was like, "Oh, wow. Like she really sees a lot of potential in me. Like I'm too smart for that. Like I need to do something else." And so I went and did my job shadow project at a massage therapist and thought about that for a while. And that was what I thought I wanted to do. But that didn't turn out either. And my mom is a nurse. And so I kind of swore that off. I was like, I don't want to be in healthcare. I don't want to work as a nurse. I don't want to do any of those things. But with this whole stigma of like, you got to go to college when you're done with school, I picked a local community college and enrolled in an exercise and sports science program. And 2 semesters in,
DCTC?
DCTC, yeah. And 2 semesters in, realized I was basically going to school for somebody to teach me how to be a personal trainer.
Yeah.
And hated it. I was like, this is not what I want to do.
How long did you go?
2 semesters.
So a year?
Yeah, but I really went for a semester, started second semester, and was like,
so me with IPR twice though.
Yeah. And
I didn't realize that.
And my dad, this is one of these things my dad's taught me. My dad was like, if you're not gonna go, don't fucking go.
Oh, my dad said the op. Oh, go ahead. We'll get into the dad thing after this.
Yeah. He was like, if you're not gonna go, don't go. Don't waste your money. Like if this isn't what you want to do, don't fucking go. And so I dropped out. But his response was, but if you're gonna drop out, you have to get yourself a full-time job with some benefits. Those are the stipulations. And so at the time, I was working at a gas station, and during the summertime I was teaching swimming lessons, and I was a lifeguard. And then a girlfriend of mine from high school was working at a children's home, kids with disabilities, and went in for an interview for a part-time job with her boss. And when I went in for my interview, she's like, look, I've got a full-time position that's going to close in 2 days. Do you want it?
Wow.
And I was like,
I didn't even know that. Holy
like,
shit.
yeah, I'll take it. And then I worked at a children's home. It was an old orphanage that was turned into a group home for kids with mental and physical disabilities, ages 7 to 22. And did that for like 3 years. And the children's home part of it shut down because they were really trying to push to more like in-home care and getting kids to be at home with like personal, like CNA kind of people coming into the home. And so the group of girls that I was working with, we opened up an adult program with 4 guys, and I did that for a while. And
is that with Hey Say Out?
Yeah.
They know who he is. I've talked the story. David?
Yeah. And the
Left
thing is, it's
that
like,
dude left all of them did, but
Yeah.
him specifically left an impact.
that's how I feel about. I have this like all of those places, whether it been
I'm
like
super
all of
happy
my
I got to
jobs.
see that portion of your life. Like I'm really, because like I feel like I was we were both pretty on the not the outskirts, but like a little bit of each other's lives in that when we first
We
met.
just met.
Yeah, but I'm really, I can imagine my life being very positive for you at the time. But like I feel like the memories I took from that portion of your life was super cool. Like
Yeah.
super like it gave me a different perspective I probably would have never gotten had I not met you.
Yeah. And like I've always kind of had the personality in my jobs that like I'm always kind of attracted to like the naughty kids. Like they're kind of my favorite. Like the naughty
This
ones.
is why we're together, Mandy.
All the ones, the naughty ones that
I was
nobody.
in jail less than a year after meeting you.
No.
I was in jail literally 6 months after meeting, and you picked me up for this first D-dub.
Yeah.
And then I was in jail in April on
Mhm.
my birthday, April 10th.
Mhm. Yep.
And we met in
Um,
October that year.
September.
September.
Mhm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is this the only reason we're together?
No.
A little bit.
No. But so I really enjoyed it.
Our relationship makes way more sense.
the group home I was working in at the time were for
If you guys haven't done so, hit the like button and we're gonna end the stream in exactly 4 minutes. If you don't hit the like button, then we're ending it. If you do, we'll stay on for all day.
And the guys, they were like, mid-20s, middle-aged men.
Some of them were
And-
fucking stuffed animals.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
That's really weird.
But and that's when I met Nas, and I met Nas while I was working there, and
Excuse me.
at the time, and ended up getting pregnant and moving in together, and he was living like 45 minutes away from where my job was, and so I put in a transfer for a lead position at a job closer to where he was that I was accepted to, and hated it. I decided to then also enroll in school, and I went in while I was working at this group home and moving and pregnant. I enrolled in medical assistant school, and halfway through medical assistant school, our first was born. Our oldest was born. I got like
Circa 2010.
5 days of maternity leave and went back and finished school.
It was only 5 days.
Like 5 to 7 days.
I remember when the first day, I was up all night in the studio, and I just fall asleep probably around 6:30, 7:30, and you got ready, and you literally placed Lil Nas on my chest, and went. I passed out, and I had woken up, and he was still sleeping on my chest. And that was the first time I realized I was dead.
Because you were alone with him.
Yeah, and then I looked up YouTube videos of how to take. I don't think I even told you this.
No.
I looked up YouTube videos in 2010 of how to take care of a baby, and the first thing that came up was African women swaddling, and the tighter. You must get them real tight, and you take the blanket, and you.
Because you became obsessed with swaddling him.
Because in Africa, they show you when you swaddle, they love you.
Yeah, you became obsessed with swaddling.
Obsessed with swaddling.
Yep.
And then I later on in my life believed that I was
swaddling him too tight.
And because then I started watching these videos of this I subscribed to this channel, and they would push their legs back, and I'm like, you're hurting them, and they're like, no, push, and they poop, and he did, and I push, and he would poop. I got peed on, I've been pooped on. Until this day, I hold a specific certain amount of guilt for Lil Nas, because I feel like I fucked him up by swallowing him too tight. And
you talk about this like quite a bit.
No, because I can tell you the last time we talked, I was on the way home from a World Ventures.
No,
conference.
you talk about it. You're like, sometimes I think I fucked him up because I swaddled him too tight.
Yeah, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Because I love him. I love both of our children so much, but I feel like we gave Rocky such a. Rocky's got such a springboard. You know what I mean? where Lil Nas is really smart, and so is Rocky, but I didn't swaddle Rocky. I was also really upset with you for stopping your boobies.
Can I finish? Can I finish telling my
I'm
story?
sorry. I thought. Go ahead. Sorry. I'm just saying. Like So can you just tell me that I didn't
What?
swallow not Lil Nas too tight?
No, there's no such thing as swaddling a baby too tight.
Well, they said they swaddle them like with their arms down so they can't move,
yes.
and I did that, and I till this day I don't think that's right
Yes. it is.
because I feel like it upsets me because he laughs and smiles more with me, but he still likes you more. Where Rocky genuinely loves us the same, but likes me more.
Mhm.
But where Lil Nas, I don't get it because I'm like, we are the same. Like we're supposed to
That's
like
why
each
I was
other,
just gonna say
asshole.
that's why.
No, because I taught him all of his geometry. I taught him his geometry in
I
less
know,
than 10
but you
minutes.
guys are the same person, so you butt heads.
A little bit.
Or you want to know what Mom and I were talking about earlier today? When you and Dad were bickering, and he's like, it's because they're both so stubborn and they're exactly the same person. I said, I know, and we got number 3 coming up right up behind. Just tell me about it.
But when Dad agreed with me, and then I agreed with the old man, guess what happened? It became UNITY, so unity. What is that? Queen Latifah? Circa 1996. Hip hop.
So I graduated from medical assistant school and got a job as a dialysis technician. And if you guys are unaware of what that is, people who go into kidney failure have to have their blood filtered for them 3 times a week. And I worked at a facility that did that. And I did that for like 3 or 4 years and got to a point that so the facility I worked at was the closest one to the men's homeless shelter here in St. Paul. And so my job became a lot more of um helping people find a place to sleep, making sure people ate than it did just treating people for kidney disease. And it was just too much.
Mandy got squirted on by a blood-borne disease.
Yeah.
And
I
she had to go to the
wanted
hospital. Still.
I got a dirty needle stick. That's what that was.
How do I know I'm not gonna die?
Because nothing happened.
I've eaten.
And so then from there, I just was like, this isn't working. I
How
can't.
come no one's we've been stuck at 12 likes this entire time?
44. I've got 44 on my computer.
Uh-uh.
And was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't do this forever. I can't do this anymore. It's like the definition of like medical field of overworked and underappreciated, and just like couldn't do it anymore. And I was applying to school to go back to be a nurse. And like nobody was getting back to me. I applied to like 2 or 3 schools, like reached out
A
to people.
nurse?
LPN.
I didn't know you were gonna become an LPN.
Yeah.
When?
When I was trying to figure out what
year?
Oh God, I don't know.
Was it before or after
After
St.
Rocky.
Paul? After Rocky?
It was before I transferred to Northfield.
Oh.
It was like in the midst of me transferring clinics because I knew that. So first I tried to transfer clinics and that didn't work out. So then I was trying to go back to school to be an LPN so I could stay at my job but have a better job being at my job. And had applied to like 2 or 3 schools. Nobody was getting back to me. It really wasn't working out. And I sat down with Nas and his mom and dad and we talked about it. And all of them were like, look, if you're going to go back to school, you do it now. If you're going to change your career, do it now. Well, we're all here to help. And 2 days later, I was enrolled in beauty school.
But you love your job.
I love my job, you guys. I love my job.
I hated being an audio engineer. You know that.
Yeah.
I hated recording other rappers.
Yeah.
It was probably amongst one of the most miserable experiences that I've ever had in my entire life because all I wanted to do was rap.
You wanted to be the person that was getting recorded.
I wanted to be the person getting recorded.
Yep.
I hated. And this is not to make it about me. All I'm saying is I can relate 100%. I actually didn't realize how much you hated dialysis. You were making fat ass checks.
I was gonna say I was making really good money,
Yeah.
and like I liked the people I worked with.
At one point,
team.
We were in our very early 22, making close to 50 grand. You were like I was
making really good money,
making phenomenal money.
But I was working like 14, 15, 16-hour shifts a week. and having to get up at 2:30 in the morning
And
and
going
being
to the
in
hospital,
bed.
being stuck with dirty,
Yeah, it just
dirty
wasn't.
needles,
And the thing is
getting
like
threats.
not somebody threatened to kill me one time.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Watch somebody die. I mean, it's just like really fucked up.
What?
Yeah, it was really fucked up.
What was the death one?
Somebody went into cardiac arrest and they lost him in the stretcher on the way out.
For good?
And they got him back and then they lost him again. But
For good?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew that. I remember that story now that you're saying it.
Mhm.
I didn't know they lost it forever.
Yeah, I cried after they left. And it was like we weren't doing anything though. Like the whole time I was there, we were making all this money and we weren't doing anything. We didn't go anywhere. We weren't really doing anything. It was like
Listen, we literally make a third of what we were making 7 years ago. Well, no, not with
I
me.
mean, not this year, but
Yeah, this is the first time, but it's not even me. So we were just talking about this. Like, if you want to be a controversial YouTuber and be me for a day, and you see the bank account, we make, not combined, but like just myself in the past couple of months on paper is like 70K, between 50 and 70K, and the low end 50 and the high. But it's not me making that money. That's the business. I think I was personally paid $120 in January.
Yeah.
And then the month before, so December, I think I was paid around we're the same, around $100. My business, on the other hand, is a completely different story. The amount of mods that I buy for review, the amount of mods I buy for the militia box on Patreon. You guys know last night who were live during the Patreon page, I now pay $200 a month just for Zoom, just to have this feature where Mike's here, where Mandy and I's here. We don't have to get kicked off. That's $200 a month just alone. Right? So what was it? It was 540, 50,
I don't know.
450.
People don't need to know the specifics of our finances.
But people ask. You have no idea the amount of people.
No, I believe you. I believe you.
People
but-
ask. So, but this.
But the point of that was not the point of this was not to talk about how much money we make, but the point of it was to talk about like in the last 4 years since I've switched jobs and since I started over and since we
Right.
started back at ground zero, we've gone on 4 huge vacations. We've bought new
We're also
vehicles.
really
We've
fucking
gotten
cheap.
but yeah, we know how to make it work.
I
But
love the fact that you say we. You're so sweet.
because when I tell you that things need to change, I mean, you ask me for help, I tell you what to do, you do it. You know, it's like
You're a bitch. You're a fucking cunt whore bitch. And you're not wrong. You're right. And I just want to call you those things because I wish I would have thought of them. Taxes, all that sort of stuff. So
but the moral of the story is be happy and you're gonna live a better life.
wow. That was probably the best advice. So Mike, can I tell you a real 30-second story?
Go work.
What do you say? Go work?
Say go for it.
Okay. So this is a true story that's actually happened in real life. I was recording, this is at Winterland Studios. It's a multi-million-dollar facility. I wasn't paying for time there, luckily. Again, at the time, Gucci Mane's producer. And I couldn't get the stanza right. And it was the who daring to step on my instep. I got a wind grip for the swim shit. It was all super fast shit. And I started to get down on myself. And I'm like, bro, the fuck do you have for advice? He hits the intercom button. He goes, just like the best thing, just rap better. And I'm
Remember
like,
that because for the longest time when you were so big, babe, wish me luck. I'm like, rap better.
yeah. So that
Turned
was
into a thing.
his exact turned into a thing. His exact advice was just rap better. And I was like, all right. And guess what happened? Within 2 takes, it was done. So it's one of those like just my life sucks and I'm fat. Eat less. But I'm just unhappy. Stop being unhappy. Just giggle more, bruh. Like I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Say B. Oh. Can you say it on the microphone? Oh, it's cute.
I think Mike had another question.
All right, go ahead, Mike.
All right, Mandy.
Yeah.
This is for you again. You and Nos have been together for a long time. You've
Yep.
You've been through thick and thin. obviously you guys are ride and die. What's the one thing that Nas does to this day that makes you laugh hysterically?
Nothing. I don't know if I can make her laugh hysterically very often. No, because you do that
I was gonna
at least
say.
several times a week. You do that, make that.
Honestly, like my favorite things that we do, like I'm sure you guys see it all on his Snapchat and his Instagram, is like when we're out. I cannot tell you how many of my friends who watch your story is like, Matey, when you went and stole that shopping cart, like that was hilarious. So when you guys see those stories, like we're really having that much fun.
Yes.
Like we're really having that much fun.
I was gonna say, and the best part is like before I ever had a Snapchat or an Instagram, we were still doing those things.
Yeah.
It just wasn't being filmed.
Yeah.
It's the only difference.
Mm-hmm.
So like the other day, just as a heads up, so you guys have context, we were at Menards, which is, for you guys, you don't know what that is. It's a Minnesota
Do they
based.
not know what that is?
No, it's a Minnesota
It's like
based
a
hardware
Fleet
store.
Farm or a
Home Depot.
Home Depot,
But for Minnesota.
Lowe's
Yeah.
kind of thing.
The difference is that it's locally owned. So Menards is like a 5 and dime, or like for them a Kruger's in California.
I've never
Kroger's.
heard anybody describe Menards that way.
But that's what it is. Like it's a 5 and dime, but it just so happens to be a hardware version of 5 and dime. What Mike? Give me an idea. A store name? Kroger's.
Mike, do you know what?
We
Menards
don't
is?
have Kroger's in California.
Yeah,
I only know of it because of what I saw in your video.
Oh, okay.
Give me an idea. Like what do you guys like? Big stores that are not necessarily. It's not a dollar store at all. Like it's
No, it's like a Lowe's,
it's like a Lowe's, but it's locally owned.
and it's a cheaper version.
Yeah.
Tractors. They have Tractor Supply, not Tractor Supply.
Do you have Tractor Supply in California?
Yeah, we have Tractor Supply. They came out here about 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, I was saying
Oh,
Tractor
so
Supply is in Minnesota, in
maybe.
But
Midwest.
they're small.
So-
They're not very big.
Okay. I don't know what else.
I mean, whatever. I think they get the idea.
Yeah. So picture Home Depot, but like it's locally owned, and they have shit like flamethrowers, like in the clearance section
You
of
can buy like
Christmas.
furniture and like seasonal decorations, and
It's hard to explain. 'cause-
Like if Michael's had a hardware store, is that
Yes,
what it
if
is?
Mike,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
if Michael's had because Michael's is like the cheap ass version of Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
If Hobby Lobby is the big guns, and then you have Michael's.
okay.
Then you have Joanne Fabrics. Which
Oh,
is like,
somebody said Walmart versus Target. I guess.
no, but no, because Walmart is way bigger than Target, but it's still cheaper. Like it's still like I
Okay.
would rather shop Target. Either way, Menards in Minnesota and the Midwest in general, but it's Minnesota based. Is so like that's real. Mandy was sitting there, and Mandy went and stole another person's shopping cart because they had. If you think about it, you're an asshole.
I
Dude,
looked around.
right, but I have it on film. Mandy goes and takes an empty shopping cart of some poor old fat woman's.
No, I didn't. We didn't see a poor old fat woman.
You didn't. I pictured it in my head. Some poor old fat
Oh, we
woman's
needed.
cart.
He decided he was going to buy 600 pounds of salt and a flamethrower, and nobody grabbed a cart. This Nas is the king of doing
Surprise
this.
shopping.
Of doing this. We'll go. He's like in a store, and all of a sudden he comes and finds me, and he's like this. And I'm like, "Do you want me to get you a cart?"
I think Chef had a good version of it. He said it's a higher quality version of Harbor Freight and Hobby Lobby.
Yes, it's like Hobby Lobby and Harbor Freight had a fucking baby. Thank you. And no, I'll be completely honest with you. Harbor Freight is still my favorite. So real quick, like I'm gonna go ahead and start an old video where.
Alright.
What? We'll say it.
Okay.
So, Mike, can you see my screen or not?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, this song's called "Real Nigga." This is by Peoples and Thesis himself. This is an older video. I'll just fast forward through Peoples. And we'll get to. I can't. How does this work?
Did you have
Can
some
you hear this or
verses
not?
about Harbor Freight?
I do. This is all relatable. This is back when I smoked cigarettes. So this is long. This is filmed in 2012, not 2013. So that's me right there on the left. In the middle is I forget his name, and then on the right is Peoples. I just now, for the first time in history, realized that we all are wearing black leather jackets. This is like Backstreet Boys hood version.
Mhm.
I never noticed this situation going on. Did you?
No.
Did you even know this music video existed?
Yeah.
Oh, I barely did because they deleted it.
What's up
What-
with the shakas?
With the what?
The shakas.
Oh, the shocker?
You
Yeah,
guys from
the-
Hawaii or what?
No, but so the dude on the right is black and Vietnamese. The one in the middle is Vietnamese. The one on the left is Mexican and Native American. I used to have a real thin chin strap.
You guys, it was like 2 hairs thick.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Let it play.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
I'm a real ass nigga. I bet I never pay you. Need to play your own position.
Fast forward to-
Everybody ain't
People's raw as
Gross.
fuck though. People's is still raw.
bitches
That's,
never
boy, that's my car right there on the right hand side.
niggas on the block.
So
getting
before my verse comes up, I want everyone to know I write so many songs that I don't memorize any of them. Any of them. Mandy?
Yeah.
That's the truth.
You should get like a verse.
I can get one verse down and that's it. So when you watch my lips not moving, it's just because I didn't know. And I wrote without exaggeration, I wrote easily 70-75% of most rappers that came in here. I rewrote their lyrics for them. So that's why.
money in they
There we go.
bitches never skipping. How the fuck you tripping? Playing through these songs, but these bitches
that too loud,
never
Mike?
skipping. Niggas
Mike?
Yeah, a little bit.
on the block getting money.
How's that?
Bitches always talking,
Better.
but bitches never listen. I'm a real ass nigga, so why the fuck you tripping?
You say you're not mad, bro, but I think you are, though. You say I'm an asshole, well, I think you're a fake hoe. You fucking jello, as far as hard
I'm gonna
goes.
go back in the truck. Well, why are you laughing at me? Why?
Because you can't even lip sync that well.
I know.
Fake hoe, you fucking
Jello,
jello.
as far as hard goes.
hard goes.
Back
I'ma
in the
pack
truck,
you
put your
back
body
in the
with the
truck,
rest
put
of
your
the
body with the rest of
cargo.
the cargo. Me, I'm a scary dude. Kind of type of nigga that'll kill your crew. Cut off your air till the face turns blue. Leave an imprint of a sized and shoe.
The
on
worst
side
part
of your
is my guys knew my lyrics better than I did.
And just everybody, just please look at the chin strap.
Look how thin that chin strap
Let
is.
it play so they can see.
neck like a new tattoo. It's a fact too when I get
We'll
you
run
in the
rewind
back.
that 10 seconds.
A scary dude. Kind of type of nigga that'll kill your crew. Cut off your air till
Look at the
face
chin
turns
strap.
blue.
Look at that. You could I barely grew it. Barely. I weighed 175 pounds soaking wet and still had a double chin. It's depressing.
Leave an imprint of a sized and shoe on the side of
What
your
the fuck's going on with your internet, man?
And know your balls.
No.
Cut off your air till the face turns blue. Leave an imprint of a sized and shoe on the
Like a
side
new
of your neck like a new tattoo. It's a fact too when I catch you in the back room, drain the quarters in the bathroom. Naked in the queue with a bad too. Stick a big knife and a cut through tissue. Nobody missed you when I get to the sinew. Ain't nobody ever been through what I've been through. I'm an injure when I used to attempt to shoot you. Why? Nobody asked you. This class mine, bitch, you won't pass through. Glad to get you. Probably your rat too. Back in the trash, ain't a single word of it true. True.
Your voice sounds really high.
But these bitches never
I was
skipping.
22 years old, Manny. Give me a fucking break, would you?
On the block getting money.
I was also literally almost 100 pounds lighter. Look at my face. Look at my bone structure. It was real.
Bitches always talking, but bitches never listen. I'm a real ass nigga, so why the fuck you tripping?
Here's the other part is it was also -9 degrees when that shit was recorded.
So what's your circle here?
The circle here that came back to I don't remember. Do you remember?
No, I don't think there was a circle. I think
It was supposed to be about Harbor Freight.
Okay, so Harbor Freight. So that whole situation, that's real. Like that really happened. So like anything you guys see, we may or may not record it a couple of times, like meaning like I'm like, oh my god, do that shit again. But it's shit that really happens.
Yes.
Like the Supremes hoodie, people thought that was a meme. That's not a meme. That was really
No, that
because
real life. That was real life.
I texted man like, I can get those patches from China, right?
I'm like, I'm already been looking on eBay.
Yeah, and then I fucking order them, and she's next thing you know ironing fake Supreme. One day our kids will watch these videos, and they're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna be depressed or think
Or
it's funny.
impressed.
Or impressed. Yeah, Mandy ironed on pretty well. Walmart white sweatshirts.
No, I got that shit at Marshall's.
Marshall, which is the Walmart fucking clothing.
I still only paid $16 for the sweatshirt. So
and I paid maybe $25 for those patches.
Yep.
So 16 times 20 plus $25. That's a solid $45 and under, including shipping for Supreme sweatshirts and
it's not no $350.
yeah, and hoodies. Mike, you don't sound impressed at all about anything.
I am impressed. That's good stuff.
You're good stuff.
Hold on. Make it to my.
Are you
So, if you guys could pick a place, all expenses paid to pack up and move the house, where would you guys move to?
Move the house?
What's that? Move this. If you're talking about this house, all expenses paid.
Just move. Peace out. Let's
Just
go.
Or fuck this house. Which one? This with this house or fuck this house?
Fuck this house.
Wherever the least densely populated.
I was just gonna
area.
say the thing is I don't think a lot would change.
Yeah, I like.
We
living
would
in the
just go.
woods.
We would probably. I would like a similar house, just not so needy,
Yeah, this house is pretty needy.
with more space.
Not actually. I would have a half the size of this house.
Well,
Right, but I'm saying like okay, then same size house.
Yeah.
If we could have a 4,800 square foot house, I'm super simple. 4,800 square foot house
we
with
could go
just
by 4.
okay, 4,000 square foot house
It's really a big house. so.
with it is, but we also got it for next to nothing because of the foreclosure. But all like, I'm not greedy. All I need is like 70 acres, maybe 80 acres of woods, of old growth woods, in a creek.
But pretty similar to our same location.
Yeah, our location's fine. Like even our woods are fine, but like I just want more land. I want to own everybody.
Yep.
You know, like I just
Yep.
want more land.
I'm gonna change the question. If no money involved, where would you want to take a 2-week vacation?
Mexico. I just
Thailand.
Europe. No, because I don't want to cheat on you. I don't want any of that stuff. Or if you're willing to bring it in, bring it into the relationship, I'm good.
Nas doesn't want to get caught looking with lady boys.
Oh, come on. Come on now. Although I will say that Anthony Bourdain episode, I was like, they got dicks. You know what I mean? They look like women.
They put on rubber gloves.
What do you mean?
I was listening to
What the fuck are you listening to?
one of the Your Mom's House podcasts. One of them. I don't remember which one it was. It was one where he went to China and they paid a lady and she was wearing rubber gloves and made him wear a condom.
Oh yeah. But no, that's Amsterdam, not China. Amsterdam, red light district. That was
I'm sure it's not a whole lot
cockroach.
different than that.
It was Josh, from Tom and Josh, Tom Segura.
Yeah, Mexico City or Beach, Mexico.
Josh Wolf.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. No, it's not Josh Wolf.
Josh Potter.
Josh
there you
Potter.
go.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was his. Yep, it was his trip.
Josh Wolf was in
Josh Potter and
yep.
Dr. Dre. Mexico City or
Beach.
Beach?
Beach. Not even. It's not
All
even,
inclusive or not inclusive?
all inclusive.
For
Fucking
2 weeks?
all inclusive.
For 2 weeks?
Yes,
Okay.
Mandy.
Okay.
You
I would resort hop. I would want to resort,
resort
hop a lot of it.
yeah, but you didn't give them an option.
I'm just thinking like I couldn't stay at one resort for 2 weeks.
Mm,
I don't think I could do that. I think I would get bored.
all those people we knew,
I'm not saying them. I don't think I could do it for 2 weeks in one place. We would get sick of the food,
baby, I'm horny.
and I would Mexico resort hop.
What about you, Mike? I'm kind of curious about Mike.
Yeah.
I would prefer Europe actually because
I
I've been
mean,
in
as,
Mexico so many
as
times.
far as my vacation goes,
Yeah.
I went to Maui a couple summers ago for a week, and it was dope. It was super dope. I like that.
But isn't the sun different down there or no?
In Maui, in Hawaii?
Isn't the sun different? Like it hurts.
It was really humid. I guess it's probably a lot like Mexico, I'm sure.
I'll say Minnesota's the same way.
But
Don't.
I'd like to go to Spain to see where kind of see the area where I was born, kind of see how it's built up.
What?
Yeah, I was born in Spain.
All right. Now that
Mike.
on that fucking bombshell, on that fucking bombshell, we will be interviewing Mike next weekend, this coming Sunday.
Yep.
Holy shit. I feel like he's said that before, but it's never hit me the same way it's hit me now.
No, that blew my mind.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Where were you-
my dad was in the Navy for 18 years, so got real close to being born in Puerto Rico, and it ended up being Spain. And my sister was born in Spain as well. And then
No, stop. No. This is next week. Don't.
Yep.
Don't. Please don't.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll
Please
stop
don't.
it there.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Vacation wise, yeah, there or where my family lives in Canada is really beautiful.
Stop, Mike. Please stop. Please stop.
Good answer.
All right, I'll
These,
shut
these
it
are
down.
way better than ours. So Mandy, hold on. Where were you born?
But when he just said Hawaii, I wouldn't mind spending. We've
We've never been.
we've
in
never
Hawaii.
been there,
Yeah.
so I think that would be an option too.
For sure.
Yeah.
We also spend our money on vacationing and not like things.
I was born in Watertown, Wisconsin. You knew this. Why are you acting like you didn't know this? You knew this. You had the same reaction when I had to file for my. You guys, when we first left the country to go to Mexico, I had to file. We had to get passports, and I had
You were born
to-
in Wisconsin.
I had to submit my birth certificate. You guys, it wasn't valid.
Mandy.
My Wisconsin birth certificate wasn't valid. I had to
Do you have beer in there?
find. Yes, and it's mine. You can't have it.
I have a sip.
No.
I see it in my mouth is so dry.
We had to re-find the hospital that I was born in so they could stamp and recertify my birth certificate.
You were born in Wisconsin?
Yes,
How
you knew this already.
gross. How gross.
You already knew that.
St. Paul, Minnesota.
All right.
I was born in a real city, in
I
a
know.
real state.
I know.
You were, where is it?
Watertown, Wisconsin.
That doesn't, it sounds like you
I
just
don't
made-
know. I don't think it's even a town anymore because when I went to go contact the county didn't exist. So I had to go directly to the hospital to have them resend.
This is fucking news to me.
No, this all happened when I applied for my passport.
Amanda,
And I had to expedite my birth certificate so I would make sure my passport was here in time for us to go to Mexico. All of this happened. You were active in all of these events.
active.
Well, present.
All I want is a blowjob and a tamale.
All right, guys.
Well, keep your
My
headphones
ears are
off for a
sweaty.
second. Bitches. Okay, Mother Truckers. Now with that bombshell, I thought it was cool. He was born in Spain, and then found out my wife was born in fucking Wisconsin. You're not even the same fucking species as me.
Nope. We already knew that.
I don't know if I can have sex with you anymore.
All right.
Just okay. So I guess motherfucker. With that being said, I want to tell y'all that I love y'all more. That you weren't born in Wisconsin. Mwah. What the fuck, Mandy? You're gonna drop the bombshell on me now during a live stream?